Wow, Kansas City, y'all better get it together in the second half, or this is going to get ugly. 6 points? 6 points of offense in the first half from the Kansas City Chiefs? 6 points of offense. My God. First of all, huge shout out to Todd Bowles' defense. This Buccaneers defense has been ferocious against this Kansas City offense in the first half. Patrick Mahomes is getting pressured everywhere. And also shout out to Devin White. If Tom Brady was not playing the way he was playing, Devin White would be my Super Bowl MVP right now. This guy has been all over the field disrupting everything. This defense has been frustrating Mahomes the entire first half. They're just putting pressure after pressure. And I understand, Kansas City's offensive line, they're missing 2 guys. But you know what? Suck up and deal with it. And no one's going to give you that excuse, Patrick Mahomes. No one's going to give you that excuse. Chiefs fans might be able to let that go, or Mahomes fans might be able to let that go, but no one's going to give you that excuse. I know, I'm definitely fair with it. I understand what's going on here. But at the end of the day, not everyone's going to do that, especially Ravens fans, because we deal with that all the time. Did you see what Lamar was working with this season? Did you see what he was working with that offensive line that was decimated? Did anybody give him an excuse? No, they put all the blame on him. So they're going to put the blame on Mahomes if he can't get the job done. You got to do everything. But yeah, this defense of Tampa Bay has been ferocious, man. They have just been, they've been dominating the line of scrimmage. They've been putting pressure on Mahomes. He's taking so many deep dropbacks because he's trying to get some time. He's trying to buy time. He has to get these deep dropbacks. He has to scramble, roll to his right, roll to his left, take off. He's not getting any time to just stand in the pocket and throw the football. What's making the situation worse? Receivers aren't showing up. Another thing that happens to Lamar in the postseason. But do you think people look at that and say, hey, you know what, let's look at the receivers and put some blame there. Nope, they blame it on the quarterback, which is exactly what they're doing to Mahomes right now, too. Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill's not providing anything right now, and that's because the Bucs defense has zoned in on Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, and they've done a fantastic job with Tyreek Hill. We all know what Tyreek Hill did in that first matchup back in Week 12. This defense said he will not do that to us today in the Super Bowl, and they have locked him up. Travis Kelce has been the only hope on this offense. He's been the only one been able to get something going. In the first quarter, they locked him up. In the second quarter, he got something going, and they're hoping to get him more involved. Other than that, nobody else on this offense is doing anything. Mahomes, he hasn't looked perfect as well. He's had a couple overthrows, throws behind, throws that are short, just a couple passes where I look at Mahomes and say, that's a bad throw, that's a bad pass, that's a throw you have to make. But at the same time, receivers are dropping passes. The offense for Kansas City is just not looking great right now. It is struggling. It's a good thing they get the ball to start this third quarter because, good Lord, they have got to get it together. They look terrible on offense. They look terrible. They look nervous. They look like they did not come to play. And again, I understand Kansas City's offense starts off the game slow. I predicted they were going to start off the game slow, but not for the whole first half. I mean, God, 6 points? So I said the first quarter they were going to start off slow. I expected them to get it going in the second quarter, but they still couldn't get it going. The one on the drive, they got it going to end up in the field goal. That's what made it 14-6. But yeah, this offense got to get it going. But now let's get into the real issue. Defensively, oh my God. The defense's problems has been a mix of just stupid mistakes by the players as well as just some terrible officiating by the refs. Terrible calls. So many holding calls. So many offside calls. Personal foul. Passing the free. How many calls are you going to call? Now again, when I look at the refs, I spoke on this in the NFC Championship game. If the refs have decided how they're going to officiate the game, they have to be consistent with it. And if there's anything I can say, they have been relatively consistent with how they've called it. Everything they've looked at, they've called a holding call. Everything they've looked at from the Kansas City's defense, holding. Pass interference. Offside, personal foul. I'm like, oh my God. some of those calls, especially the pass interference calls, just to end the second half. The first one that was on Mike Evans, that is not, I understand. I looked at it, I'm looking at this and I'm like, it's a tough one. I can see why they would call that pass interference, but if you look at it, it really looks like the defender just tripped. His foot hit Mike Evans, so he tripped, and as he's falling, he went into contact with Evans, and that's what caused him to fall. That's one. Two, the ball was not catchable. The ball was not catchable, and if the pass is not catchable, I feel like it shouldn't be called for pass offense. However, they have called that before, and is this the type of situation where it's iffy? So the first one, I understood. The second one on Matthew, no. No, the one on Matthew was ridiculous. That's not pass interference. The ball was not catchable. The ball wasn't even remotely close to being catchable. Come on. That's not it, bruh. That's not it. That is not it. The refs have been bad today, but they've been consistent. So this is what Kansas City's going to have to work with. Go out in the second half and get your offense going. If you can put up points, you'll just have to deal with this on defense. But most importantly, they've got to get it together. These personal foul calls are starting to hurt them badly. And right now, Matthew's frustrated. And when the Honey Badger's frustrated, the defense is going to show it. He is just, to end the half, he's just showing his frustration. First, he just went up to Tom Brady just to talk to him again after they scored the touchdown. He's heated right now. Andy Reid and the coaching staff has got to get him to calm down in that locker room, because if he continues to lose his temper, it could potentially cost him this game. So they have got to figure something out on defense. They've got to figure something out. You're going to deal with these calls, and people are definitely going to be pissed. But if they can be more consistent, not all the calls are bad. Good chunk of them are still on the players. They're just not playing good football defensively. They've got to figure something out. They've got to bring it together and play good football. So until they can get it together, they're in trouble. But with that being said, that's really all I got to talk about the Chiefs. They've got to get it together offensively and defensively in the second half. If they don't, they have no shot at coming back. What the heck? At the end of the day, it's still Kansas City. They're never out of a game until they're officially out of a game. So I'm not going to sit here and all of a sudden look at them and oh man, they're in trouble. They were down in the Super Bowl last year, down by 10 going into the fourth quarter. Game's not over. They can still make a comeback. Let's speak for Tampa Bay. I already talked about the defense and how they've been fantastic in the game and how they have been able to shut down this Chiefs offense. They've done a great job. They have certainly done a great job. And again, Devin White would be my Super Bowl MVP if Brady wasn't playing that way. Speaking of which, let's talk about Brady in the offense. Brady has been good today. He's been really good today. He's been on it. 3 touchdowns in the first half. Fantastic. And Gronk, oh my God. Gronkowski sat back the entire postseason and said, nah, I know Brady going to get us back to the Super Bowl. I'm going to wait until the Super Bowl, then I'm going to do my thing. So he's been chilling in the postseason. He's been chilling in the postseason, waiting to get to the Super Bowl. As soon as he gets to the Super Bowl, now I'm a ball out. Man's got 2 touchdowns in the first half. And guess who the third one went to? Oh, Steeler fans, this got to hurt. Oh, this got to hurt. Antonio Brown scored the touchdown. Ooh, if you're a Steelers fan, you did not like that, man. You did not like seeing Antonio Brown score a touchdown in the Super Bowl alongside Tom Brady. That had to piss off some Steelers fans. I know you guys hated to see that. That had to piss you off. That had to get your blood boiling, but yeah, the offense for Tampa Bay they've been great. They've been mixing it up, man. They're mixing up the run. Brady's making some nice throws. He's checking the ball down, taking what the defense is giving him, and he's doing relatively well getting the ball down the field. Tampa Bay's offense has looked nice in this game, especially in the second quarter. First quarter, they were slow. They were relatively slow. But second quarter, they just started getting it going, and they started making more and more plays. So credit to Brady because he's looked great in this first half. Credit to Gronk because he's looked beastly in this first half. Credit to the receivers just in general. They've been making plays. They've been definitely making plays. One last thing for Kansas City. The only good thing I've seen from the defense so far was the goal line stand. Can't forget about that. The goal line stand that they had against the Bucks, that would have made it what would have been? It was a 7-3 game at the time. I think it would have made it 14-3. That they made that stop right there. So good on them. But other than that, defense got to get it together. Everybody in that locker room, Kansas City needs to get everybody in that locker room. They all need to calm down, and they've got to come together as a team and figure it out. Andy Reid's got to get this team in order. Patrick Mahomes has got to get this team to calm down, focus, Get rid of all the nerves because it's showing everywhere. Even the punting has been bad for Kansas City. The punter has shafted like 2 punts. He's been terrible. Terrible. And the penalties they're getting have just been awful. You had an offside call. The Bucks kicked the field goal, and you get an offside call to give them a first down. What are they doing? This is terrible. Kansas City looks god-awful right now. They have got to get it together. They look awful. Oh, my God. They really look awful. They really look awful. They have got to get it together, or they're going to be screwed. But, yeah, Tampa Bay, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep on putting up that pressure defensively. And Tom, keep being Tom. Keep doing what you're doing on offense. And keep just piling on them. If you continue to pile it on them, trust me, it's going to be a wrap for Kansas City. Because if Tom Brady continues to score, Kansas City can't come back. But yeah, the ball's in Kansas City's court. You get the ball to start the second half. If you don't get this together and you don't figure this out, you are going to get blown out in the second half. Figure it out, Kansas City, because you guys are in trouble right now. With that being said, that's really all I got. I know the halftime the halftime show performance is probably playing right now. Don't really care. This is where I make my halftime report. Kansas City, get it together. Tampa Bay, continue to do what you're doing, and you're going to win this game easily. Can't wait to see what happens in the second half, but things have just been all Tampa Bay in the first half. Kansas City better get it together, or this is going to look nasty. That's all I got to say. I'm out of here, man. Peace.